See, I'm back here to continue sharing the reading of your word with you guys today. As you can see, it's been kind of a sultry, humid day today. I don't know how it's been where y'all are, but it's been kind of humid around here, especially since I had to get my tires rotated. I had to work out there in the humidity. But that's not going to stop us from reading the word. No, 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 no. We're going to continue on with doing that. We're going to continue on where we left off in Genesis. And there's not going to be much information. Well, this is the genealogy here. It's the descendants of Esau. Genesis 36. Genesis 36. I'll give you guys a minute to get there. I'm currently there myself. Now these are the generations of Esau, who is Edom. Esau took his wives of the daughters of Canaan, Adah, the daughter of Elon the Hittite, and Ablaneah, the daughter of Anah, the daughter of Zebulun, and Ablaneah, the daughter of Anah, the daughter of Zebulun the Hivite, and Bashemath, Ishmael's daughter, sister of Nethabal, and Adah bare to Esau Espaz, and Bashemath bare Ruel, and Abadiah bare Jeshuish, and Jalem, and Korath. These are the sons of Esau, which were born unto him in the land of Canaan. And Esau took his wives, and his sons, and his daughters, and all the persons of his house, and his cattle, and all his beast, and all his substance which he had got in the land of Canaan, and went into the country from the face of his brother Jacob. For their riches were more than they might dwell, for their riches were more than that they might dwell together. And the land wherein they were strangers could not bear them because of their cattle. Thus dwelt Esau in Mount Seir. Esau is Edom. And these are the generations of Esau, the father of the Edomites, in Mount Seir. These are the names of Esau's sons: Eplas, the son of Adah, the wife of Esau; Ruel, the son of Bashemath, the wife of Esau. And the sons of Eshplas were Taman, Omar, Zepho, and Gethrim, and Kenaz. And Tamanah was concubine to Eplas, Esau's son, and she bare to Eliphaz, Amalek. These were the sons of Adiah, Esau's wife. You have to forgive me on the pronunciation on these names, guys. Some of these names are hard to pronounce. And now we see where Amalek comes from, and Amalek is going to be a very important nation, a very important adversary for the children of Israel in the future. Okay, these are the sons of Ruel: Nathaniah, and Zethariah, and Shalmaniah, and Methaniah. These were the sons of Bashemath, Esau's wife. And these were the sons of Labamath, the daughter of Anah, the daughter of Zebulun, Zilabon, Esau's wife. And she bare to Esau Joash, Jathalam, and Korah. These were dukes of the sons of Esau, the sons of Eliphaz, the firstborn son of Esau: Duke Tamran, Duke Amar, Duke Zepho, and Duke Kenaz; Duke Korah, Duke Gathraman, Duke Amalek. These are the dukes that came from Eliphaz in the land of Edom. These were the sons of Abadiah. These are the sons of Ruel, Esau's son: Duke Nathmath, Duke Zethariah, Duke Shethamiah, Duke Meslathiah. These are the dukes that came from Ruel in the land of Edom. These are the sons of Bashemath, Esau's wife. These are the sons of Aholibamah, Esau's wife: Duke Jahash, Duke Jalem, Duke Korah. These were the dukes that came from Ahobethlamah, the daughter of Adonai, Esau's wife. These are the sons of Esau, who is Edom, and these are their dukes. These are the sons of Seir, the Horite, who inhabited the land: Lothanon, and Shabal, and Zethanon, and Adonai, and Dishon, and Azar, and Dishan. These are the dukes of the Horites, the children of Seir, in the land of Edom. And the children of Lothan were Hori, and Herman, and Lothan's sister was Temaniah, and the children of Shobal were these: Avalon, Mathamath, Ibadal, Cephalo, and Oram. These are the children of Zebulon, Adadiah, and Athaniah. This was that Athaniah that was found that found the mules in the wilderness as he fed the asses of Zebulun his father. And the children of Ananiah were these: Dashon and Ashamath, the daughter of Ananiah. And these are the children of Dashon: Hamadan, and Ishphanan, and Athran, and Karan. And the children of Ezar are these: Bethanan, Zavalan, and Aklan. The children of Dishan are these: Uz and Aran. These are the dukes that came of the Horites: Duke Lothan, Duke Subal, Duke Zathanan, Duke Ananiah, Duke Dishan, Duke Azar, Duke Dishan. These are the dukes that came from Hori among their dukes in the land of Sire. These are the kings that reigned in the land of Edom before there reigned any king over the children of Israel. Bela the son of Behor reigned in Edom, and the name of his city was Dadadiah. You have to forgive me on the pronunciation of these names, guys. And hi to all you that are commenting down there. Danabathiah and Bela died, and Jobab the son of Zeruiah of Bethsariah reigned in his stead. And Jobab died, and Hushnam in the land of Tethaniah reigned in his stead. And Hushnam died, and Habadad the son of Behad, who smote Midian in the field of Moab, reigned in his stead. And the name of his city was Avadiah. And Hadad died, and Shethaniah and Meshech reigned in his stead. And Shethaniah died, and Saul of Rathbath by the river reigned in his stead. And Saul died, and Bethanan the son of Agbar reigned in his stead. And Bethanan the son of Asthariah died, and Hadar reigned in his stead. And the name of his city was Puel, and his wife's name was Methabel, the daughter of Metrid, the daughter of Mezabab. These are the names of the dukes that came from Esau according to their families, after their places, by their names: Duke Tethvaniah, Duke Aphtaliah, Duke Zethariah, Duke Abadiah, Duke Ahalothniah, Duke Ethliah, and Duke Pesnon, Duke Kenaz, Duke Tarman, Duke Mathmar, Duke Magvil, Duke Aram. These be the dukes of Edom, according to their habitations in the land of their possession. He is Esau, the father of the Edomites. I see this is the genealogy of Esau. So, and that's all I wanted to share with you guys out of Genesis for right now. Turn with me to Mark. Mark chapter 8. We're going to read out of there. Mark chapter 8. Certainly in Matthew. Mark chapter 8. Okay. I'll give you guys a minute to get there. I'm currently there myself. Mark chapter 8, verse 1. In those days, the multitude being very great, and having nothing to eat, Jesus called his disciples unto him, and saith unto them, I have compassion on the multitude, because they have now been with me 3 days, and have nothing to eat. And if I send them away fasting to their own houses, they will faint by the way. For divers of them came from far. And his disciples answered him, From whence can a man satisfy these men with bread here in the wilderness? And he asked them, How many loaves have ye? And they said, 7. And he commanded the people to sit down on the ground. And he took the 7 loaves, and gave thanks, and brake, and gave to his disciples to set before them. And they did sit them before the people. And they had a few small fishes, and he blessed and commanded to sit down, to sit them also before them. So they did eat and were filled, and they took up of the broken meat that was left 7 baskets. And they that had eaten were about 4,000, and he sent them away. Now this is okay. This is Mark's version of it's a miracle very similar to what was done with the 5,000 with the 5 loaves and 2 fishes. These 4,000 men and took up 7 baskets full of fragments with 7 loaves and 7 fishes, I think it was. But this is Mark's version of what Matthew records in, I think, Matthew 15. So verse 10. Okay, and straightway he entered into a ship with his disciples and came into the parts of Dalmathua. And the Pharisees came forth and began to question him, seeking of him a sign from heaven, tempting him. And he sighed deeply in his spirit, and saith, Why doeth this generation seek after a sign? Verily I say unto you, there shall no sign be given unto this generation. And he left them entering into the ship again, and he left them and entering into the ship again, departed to the other side. Now remember, Jesus talked about the sign of the prophet Jonah in, I think, Matthew. I think it's either 12 or 13. I had to go back and look at that, but this is the same. This is the same session. This is the same thing that was recorded in Matthew about an evil, adulterous generation seeketh after a sign, and there shall no sign be given to it. That's what Jesus said. Okay. Verse 14. Now the disciples had forgotten to take bread, neither had they in the ship with them more than one loaf. And he charged them, saying, Take heed, beware of the leaven of the Pharisees and of the leaven of Herod. And they reasoned among themselves, saying, It is because we have no bread. Then and when Jesus knew it, he saith unto them, Why reason ye because ye have no bread? Perceive ye not, neither understand? Have ye in your heart yet hardened? Have ye your heart yet hardened? Having eyes ye see not, and having ears ye hear not, and do ye not remember? When I brake the 5 loaves among the 5,000, how many baskets full of fragments took ye up? They say unto him, 12. And when the 7 among the 4,000, how many baskets full of fragments took ye up? They said 7. And he saith unto them, How is it that ye do not understand? And what he's talking about here is he's talking about the doctrine of the Pharisees and the Herods, and all the religious, all the organized religious groups are there. He's telling them to beware of their doctrines, but they're thinking that because they have that, he's thinking that he is actually talking about bread, leaven as in bread to be eaten, and they only had like 1 loaf of bread. So this is they're confused here, and Jesus is correcting. Jesus is telling them what he was saying. And he come, okay, verse 22. And he cometh to Bethsaida, and they bring a blind man unto him, and besought him to touch him. And he took the blind man by the hand, and led him out of the town. And when he had spit on his eyes, and put his hands upon him, he asked him if he saw aught. And he looked up and said, I see men as trees walking. After that he put forth his hands again upon his eyes, and made him look up. And he was restored, and saw every man clearly. And he sent him away to his house, saying, Neither go into the town, nor tell it to any in the town. And Jesus went out and his disciples into the towns of Caesarea Philippi. And by the way, he asked his disciples, saying unto them, Whom do men say that I am? And he probably, as far as that miracle, we probably heard, a lot of y'all probably read about that miracle of him giving sight to a blind man in Sunday school as like one of the prominent miracles that Jesus did. We probably talked about it in Sunday school. Well, here it is explained in the gospel of Mark chapter 8. And here's Mark's version of Jesus being at the coast of Caesarea Philippi, and Peter said that he's the Christ, the Son of the living God. And they answered, John the Baptist, but some say as Elias or Elijah, and others one of the prophets. And he saith unto them, But whom say ye that I am? And Peter answereth and saith unto him, Thou art the Christ. And he charged them that they should tell no man of him. And he began to teach them that the Son of Man must suffer many things, and be rejected of the elders and the chief priests and scribes, and be killed, and after 3 days rise again. And he spake that saying openly, and Peter took him and began to rebuke him. But when he had turned about, he looked on his disciples. and looked on his disciples, he rebuked Peter, saying, "Get thee behind me, Satan, for thou savorest not the things that be of God, but the things that be of man." Now, see, this is okay. The reason, and I'm going to explain this right, the reason why Satan was able to come upon Peter is because Peter has not been born again. Not yet. Nobody was born again until after Jesus died on the cross and rose from the dead. Nobody was born again until after Jesus had defeated death, hell, and the grave. Verse 34, and when he called the people unto him with his disciples also, he said unto them, Whomsoever will come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross and follow me. For whosoever will save his life shall lose it, but whosoever shall lose his life for my sake and the gospel's, the same shall save it. For what shall it profit a man if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul? Or what shall a man give in exchange for his soul? Whosoever therefore shall be ashamed of me and of my words in this adulterous and sinful generation, of him also shall the Son of Man be ashamed when he cometh in the glory of his Father with the holy angels. And see there, okay, as Christians, I'm going to say this right now, as Christians, we are to crucify our flesh, our carnal desires. We are to die daily through our carnal desires. And okay, anybody that is willing to take up his cross and lose, and when you become a Christian, when you take up your cross and follow Jesus, the things that you did in the past life, the things that you did before then, it no longer matters to you. Like I say, when you accept Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior, your appetite for his word right here, is insatiable. This is like this keeps pulling you back. This keeps pulling on you, and it's a good thing, because you can never get enough of this. So I'm gonna say this, okay? All of y'all that are out there, be willing to take up your cross and to follow Jesus. And when persecution comes your way, it makes it easier to be more resilient to it. God will, his word says, he will never leave you nor forsake you. But you will have persecution and temptation in this life, and when you take up your cross to follow Jesus, it's going to come. That's why all the suffering that the Apostle Paul talks about in his letters is he's talking about persecution. For what shall it profit a man if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul? See? Be willing to take up your cross and follow Jesus. Because eternity in hell is not worth it. Try to imagine the worst pain you ever felt times 1,000, and then try to imagine that going on for eternity. That's what hell is. Try to imagine acid coursing through your veins and the heat and the flames, and then imagine being thrown into the lake of fire. That's what hell is. Anything in this world is not worth that. I strongly recommend for all of y'all to take up your cross and follow Jesus. Be a good soldier for Christ. Resilient, bold, audacious, charismatic, tenacious in your faith. And that's really all I wanted to share with you guys for tonight. I hope you guys have enjoyed watching this video, and I hope this video has been very educational for you guys. I hope you guys do have a nice day and have a nice week. And I hope to see you back here again next week to continue our reading. And hope to continue to see you back here again tomorrow night to continue our reading. Hope you guys do have a happy 4th of July, and especially with it being the 250th anniversary of our freedom from England. Happy 4th of July, happy Independence Day. And as always, I do suggest that you read the Bible each and every single day. It is very much a life-changing experience. It changed my life, and I know that will change yours as well. Thank you all, and I hope you all have a blessed day.